What's going on? Facebook isn't that bad sometimes. It can be shit, alright? There can be people on Facebook. I've got people on Facebook that have removed me as a friend, but then, because I have a different opinion, but yet they're okay to come and comment on something that I comment on, because I've commented on it. Because I've commented on the post, so now they've got to come. They're really eager to come and comment. Just, call me, I don't know, tell me to grow up because I got a different opinion. Why is that? Why do people think that it's okay to attack another person because they've got a different opinion? Why is that? I've never understood it. I still don't understand it. Why do people think that it's okay? I respect. I respect nothing more than acknowledging the fact that you might have a different opinion to me on something. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Like I'm not going to lose sleep over the fact. But what I do find frustrating is people just want to come out and call you names or attack you because you believe something different, because you think that the situation could have been different, or the situation wasn't as bad as it was, or the outcome wasn't what it was meant to be. So let's take an example, because we've been talking about COVID a lot lately. There was 50 to 150,000 deaths projected. Okay, based on the modelling, okay, because that's what we've got to go off, remember, because they're the experts. The experts made the models. They said 50 to 150,000 Australians are going to die from COVID-19 this year. So we better brace ourselves. Now, all right, only 102 have died. Now, we've got 2 active cases in Tasmania, with 0 cases in 23 days. So 3 weeks we've had no cases. Right, now you've probably heard me bang on about shops and supermarkets and stuff like that, right? The supermarkets have stayed open, shopping centres have stayed open, Bunnings has stayed open. Now, we were told it was highly contagious, right? We covered that yesterday, right? This is the thing, though. These are all the things I'm telling. When I put a post on something or I say something, I generally say what we've been told. Okay, right? So we've been told all these things. You can't deny that. We've been told it's highly contagious. All right, we've been told that it will kill people that are over 60. Okay, we have been told that 80 to 90% of people who have it will survive from it. Okay, that are under that age bracket. Okay, we've also been told that people aren't dying from COVID; they're dying with it, and that they are going to be put down as a COVID death. So we've been told that, literally been told that, by the Queensland Health Minister, Health Officer, the Chief Health Officer. She said, if your heart explodes and you come and we find COVID, you're going to go down as a COVID stat, even though you died from the heart attack. Okay, meaning you didn't die from COVID, you died with it. Those two things are very, very different fucking meanings. Dying with something and dying from something. Okay, I died from cancer and I took COVID with me to the grave. Because that's what happens, okay? Not one single healthy person on the entire planet has caught COVID-19 and died. Not one healthy person. So if you're a healthy adult or a child, we closed schools down because we were scared. We were told that we had to close schools down. We were told that we had to keep our children home and homeschool them for a month or so because it's highly contagious. But yet we were okay to go to the supermarket and we're okay to go to Bunnings. And these are all the things that have happened. And I say these things in my posts. And yet people want to disagree with me, and that's fine. But you're either disagreeing because you know something I don't know, or you're disagreeing with me because you just want to disagree and cause an argument. And that's just dumb. Okay? I was told to grow up by someone, and we're lucky that we live where we are, and we're lucky that we have the Premier that we have. Well, no, we're not lucky that we live where we are, okay? We choose to live here. We choose. We can leave any time we like. Well, not right now we can't, because any unessential travel is still banned from leaving our state. Even though I'm a healthy person, I'm still have to stay here, okay? I don't have that opportunity to... Now, what I commented was, and it doesn't matter what I commented, okay? It was a meme because I put a GIF up every time our premier puts a status up about COVID every day. I put a GIF up of Vladimir Putin because I believe that healthy people should not be locked down. Okay, I'm in the health and fitness business. Okay, I'm a health and fitness professional. Okay, I'm not a doctor, but I do understand and do comprehend the fact that you can't lock healthy people down. You just can't. It's also been stated that asymptomatic people are less likely to give it to anybody else. Okay, there's studies of that. There's a study. It was done by the CDC, I'm pretty sure. I read. Okay, I have posted that before. There's also another study by the CDC that said that surface contact, meaning if COVID is on here, it won't last very long. Okay, they initially said you've got to wipe down all the surfaces, and then about 2.5 months later they come out and said, no, actually we got that one wrong. You're less likely to catch it from, a bench top or whatever. There's a study of that too. I think that's the asymptomatic one is on PubMed.com. PubMed.com. That's on there. Okay, it's on there. The whole article's on there. Okay, they did a whole test of like 400 and something people. They grabbed asymptomatic people and they put them with healthy people, and they put them there for a month. That was a vague read. So just because someone has a different opinion to you doesn't give you the right to attack them. Okay, I don't attack anybody for having a different opinion because it's just disrespectful. That's just wrong. That's not being a good human. A good human is to be able to respect the fact that someone disagrees with you. Okay, fine. You don't agree with the fact that I don't believe that people that are healthy should be able to go to and from work, all workplaces, okay? They should still be able to have the ability to get an income, okay? All healthy people. If you feel unwell, stay home. I've said that from the start. I've said it from the very start. If you're unwell, stay away from people, period. Doesn't matter if it's COVID or the flu or a cold. I had a client who had to cancel last week because she went to the doctor and she had a sniffle, so they made her do a COVID test. And she told the doctor, she said, it's not COVID, mate. Okay, but because we have to have a test, because everybody's got to be tested, she came this morning and said, how'd you go, mate? Obviously, she went okay because she was here. She's a client that takes great care in the fact that she doesn't put anyone else at risk. She knew that she couldn't come on Thursday because she had a COVID test and she had to wait 3 days. It's common sense. So if you feel sick or unwell, whether it's a tummy bug or not, don't go near anybody. Stay in your bedroom and get your mum to bring you shit. Get your fucking wife to bring you shit. Your husband to bring you shit. Your kids to bring you shit. It's really not hard. Like, it's not rocket science. It's like, okay, I don't feel very well today. I'm going to call work. Hey guys, look, I don't feel very well today. Okay, I've been up all night throwing up. All right, probably something I ate was terrible, but I just don't want to come to work today. Okay, because I don't want to make anyone else sick in case it is gastro. Okay. All right, thank you. Yes, I'll go to the doctor later when I'm feeling a little bit better and I'll get a certificate. Not a problem. All right, cheers, bye. It's not hard. It's really not hard. It's like, it's you know what the hardest part about that is? Most people are afraid to do that because they get criticised by their employer. Okay, they really do. I do know this. Okay, I went through this issue with my own employment back in the day before I started my own business. Before I started my business, and before I was happy, and before I was healthier, I used to be overweight, tired, lethargic. I had polyps in my nose. I still have them in my left nostril, but I don't have them as bad. I'm probably about 30%. Okay, whereas I used to be really bad. I was probably one of the worst cases. One of the ENTs actually said I was one of the worst cases he's ever seen. Okay, because all the growth was up in here. So I used to get headaches every day, because all the pressure is here. Okay, and all this is connected. All right, and then what happens is when this is blocked, you can't breathe, and when you can't breathe, your brain can't recover. Okay, because your brain needs oxygen and it needs carbs. All right, so I can't breathe. So, and it needs to. So that's the reason why we sleep. By the way, we sleep so that our brain can recover. Did you know that? I didn't really know that until I was watching a documentary about 3.5 years ago, where this guy was explaining that he had stayed awake for 72 hours, and then like there was talking about how he stayed awake for so long and he's lucky not to be brain dead, because the fact of the matter is our brains need us to sleep so they can recover. All right, so if I'm trying and I'm not getting proper sleep, so because my nose is congested, right, polyps, right, so not only was I on medication for that, I also had to have some extra dosages because to get through so I could go to work. Now back to the point of the employer and calling up sick. Not very many people feel comfortable with doing that. Do you know why? Because they feel like they're going to be ridiculed and questioned by their employer, even though the employer knows that that person may or may not get regularly sick, or they may, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, that person has a role, okay, and they have to do what they're told in that role, okay, so they have to make sure staff turn up, okay, or it's their asses on the line. So not only do you feel bad because you're sick, but you also feel bad because you know that if you're sick for too long, your boss is going to get his ass ringed out because he's got no staff, because staff are sick. So not everybody likes and enjoys ringing up the workplace at 5 o'clock in the morning, or 2 o'clock in the morning, or 9 a.m., 3 hours after they're supposed to start, and say, hey, sorry, I didn't ring earlier, I've been crook in bed, and you could be legitimately sick. Now, there are people who just ring in sick because they're just fucking lazy dogs, but the people who are legitimate, which makes it hard for the people who are actually legitimately sick. I used to get migraines so bad from my nose that I couldn't open my eyes. So could you imagine me trying to drive to work, which is 20 minutes out the road, right, with a migraine and I can barely open my eyes to see, let alone opening my eyes to see and having high beam headlights flashing at me? That's just retarded. That's unsafe. That's not cool. And I shouldn't feel bad for that. Okay, I was not a healthy person. Okay, if I was still where I was 6 years ago, right, with my body and with my polyps and not having surgery twice and all that sort of stuff, okay, I might be a little bit scared of getting COVID because I know that I'm at risk, okay, because my immune system is lower. It takes longer to recover from stuff. I used to get sick often. I don't get sick anymore. Touch wood. I haven't been sick in 4 years, okay? So if I was still back there, then okay, fair enough. I'd probably be a bit more cautious about where I'm going, when I'm going, and making sure I'm sanitizing. I always sanitize anyway walking in. I walk in and I touch my elbow, right? Because you got the pump bottles, right? Which is retarded because you got the pump bottle. Now, I've just driven my car, which is, clean. And then I've got to go get my wallet, touch my keys, scratch my nose, adjust my glasses, talk to my wife, have a sniffle because of my polyps today. They're shit house, and I've used my spray. And then I get to the pump bottle. If I'm not comfortable using my hand because I've done all that shit. I've knowingly done all that shit. I know that I've done it, even if I don't think don't even remember it. I know I've done it. I don't feel comfortable. I know as soon as I see the bottle, I'm like, oh man, don't touch that, because I don't know if the last person used their elbow or not. And what's the point in sanitizing if I'm just going to touch it anyway? It only kills 99.9%. And there's studies that show that stuff actually doesn't kill even 99.9. Sometimes in some cases that stuff only kills 70%. So I know to use my elbow because then I know that I've used common sense, and I know that the next person who comes along, all right, isn't going to have to worry about whether I touch it with my hand or not. Okay? I could probably just walk around with one of these. I could. I do use this. I do use it here regularly around my clients because, I have no respect apparently for other people. I have no respect for other people's health. Apparently that's what I've got told. I've got no respect for anyone else. Okay, because I've got a different opinion. That's my point of the video. To be told that you have no respect for anybody else's no respect for people because you believe that healthy people shouldn't be locked up. That's just retarded. I use this regularly. So if I didn't use this regularly, then I probably wouldn't respect anybody, right? But I use it regularly, so guess what? I obviously respect people in their health and making sure that I don't put them at risk. My gym equipment gets wiped down every single fucking client. Every client, without fail. My boxing gloves get wiped out after every client, without fail. Do you know why? Because I respect the people that are coming here. I respect their safety. I respect their health. I got people coming here to improve their health. So why would I want to not disrespect that? I love what I do. I love it. I'm absolutely passionate about helping people achieve what they want to achieve. But I'm also very passionate about freedom and freedom of choice. Okay? People should be allowed to choose whether they want to go to the supermarket or not, which we can with a highly contagious, infectious fucking virus that I've still yet to see any Coles or Woolworths close down or any Bunnings or whatnot, okay? It's crazy because yet here we are. 3 weeks, still no cases, 2 cases active, none in ICU, okay? 13 deaths in the entire state from people that were already dying, okay? They were already dying. So guess what? If they didn't get COVID, they were still going to die. They were dying. They were like, hello, I'm here to get you. Hello, it's your time. Your time is up. There is risk in everything that we do. There is a risk in me sitting here. You know what the risks could be? The roof could fall in. The house could fall over. This chair could break. The whiteboard could fall off the wall. You don't know. That. There. The projector could fall from where it is and smash me in the skull and knock me out. There is a risk in everything we do. There's a risk when I get in the car that I might pull out and I get T-boned by a speeding vehicle because this road's notorious for people who speed. Okay? There is a risk in me going to the supermarket. I could walk through the front door and slip over. I could run into a trolley. I could have someone run into me with a trolley. I could go and get the flu. I've had the flu shot too, by the way. That was my choice. I'm not pro or anti-vaccination. I'm just choosing. I'm pro-choice. I chose to get the vaccination because guess what? I run my business here. I don't respect anybody. Remember that. I have no respect for anybody. But I chose to get the flu vaccination so I didn't put other people at risk. But I just remember that. I don't have any respect for other people. Okay? Yet, I'm okay if you want to stay home because you feel unsafe. I'm okay with that. But I have no respect. I'm okay if you feel unsafe. If you feel unsafe going to the football, then don't go to the football. That's your choice. If I feel okay to go to the football, guess what? I'm going to go to the football. If I don't feel okay with going to the football, I'm not going to fucking go. It's pretty simple stuff. Like, I really don't understand how everybody hasn't woken up to the fact that this is just ridiculous. Yes, COVID exists. I've never said it hasn't. I've never ever said that it hasn't. Okay? But dying with something and dying from something are two different fucking meanings. And it's not hard to work that out. I finished grade 10, barely passed. And I can work it out. Okay? I have a 7-year-old daughter this morning. She said, what happened to COVID, Dad? Where's COVID? Does Sky News talk about COVID? Because Channel 7 doesn't talk about COVID anymore. That's what she said. She literally said that to me. I said, honey, look, COVID's not a big deal anymore, okay, to the media. Okay, it was never a big deal to Dad because, you know, we're healthy, we look after ourselves and we do the right thing. We shower regularly, we brush our teeth, we wash our hands, we sanitize, we take care of ourselves because that's what we do. And adults, that's what we teach our children. We teach them how to take care of themselves. We teach them how to fold the washing. We teach them how to cook dinner. We teach them how to wash the clothes. We teach them how to bathe. We teach them how to shower. We teach them how to go to the toilet. We teach them that they've got to go wash their hands after the toilet. We teach them they've got to brush their teeth after breakfast and after dinner. And we teach them all this stuff. But somewhere between January And now, in amongst all the fear, we forgot how to do all that, and we needed ad campaigns to tell us to do it. Between January and fucking now, we've had to have ad campaigns telling us to wash our hands and how we wash them, and we've had experts on different channels telling us how to wash our hands and around and around and around and through there like that, and give it a good scrub here like that on both sides, and sing the happy birthday song, or do your ABCs, or whatever it is that gets you through your 1 minute of washing your hands, right? Remember that. All of a sudden, you're being treated like retarded people. You're being treated like monkeys that don't know how to wash your hands after you wipe your ass with toilet paper. Remember that. It's how to sanitize and when to sanitize, okay? Told that it's unsafe and you're going to kill people, yet just on the weekend, we had 30,000 people walking the streets of Brisbane, being ridiculed because we believe that healthy people should still be going to work and having an income and surviving and not spreading the virus because they're healthy people. But you're okay with the fact that people can walk the streets with 30,000 people shoulder to shoulder protesting. That I don't understand. I don't understand that. Why don't I understand that? Because it doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to anybody. That's just dumb. I still don't get that. I'm still trying to fathom that in my brain. How now you've been ridiculed because you've done the right thing. You've to all the people that have done the right thing. Okay, don't get me wrong. I haven't agreed with it, but I've done the right thing. I haven't agreed with having to stay home all the time and only go to the supermarket when I have to, and I haven't agreed to all that. But I've done it. I've done it because that's respect. All right? That's respecting everybody else. Okay? Just remember that. Because remember at the start, I don't respect anybody. All right? But when those people, you and I, have done the right thing, right? Done the right thing, stayed home and saved lives, even though we're healthy people, get ridiculed and taunted and mocked for thinking that, but yet people say, oh, it's okay, they're protesting. So you can pick and choose what's okay to protest against now. You can just pick and choose. All right, well, they're going to protest about that, so we'll let that go. We'll let 30,000 people walk the streets shoulder to shoulder. We'll in New York, we'll have no doubt 100,000 people. I don't know the figures. I haven't looked. Marching the streets and have the nurses and doctors that were only, 3 weeks ago making TikTok videos about staying home and saving lives. They were making TikTok videos about staying home and saving lives. They were making TikTok videos because they were bored. They were making TikTok videos because they were asked to by the government to promote people to stay home and save lives. But yet here they are with 100,000 people walking the streets of New York, standing outside the hospital, clapping for them. Yet they just 3 weeks ago they were saying, you idiots, you've got to stay home. You idiots, why? Don't be so dumb. Okay? You staying home saves my life. That's what they were saying. They were saying that. You staying home has now saved my life. But yet now it's okay to go out on the street and applaud people. Like 100,000 people, 30,000 people in Brisbane. But yet you can't go to the footy, all right? You can't have more than 20 people in a cafe. If you've got 21 people in a cafe, guess what? You're in fucking trouble, mate. You are in big trouble. All right. I'm going to wrap it up, okay? So we can have 30,000 people in the streets marching for a cause, but when people want to march for freedom of choice and freedom to leave their house, we're going to find them and we're going to put them in the back of a paddy wagon and then we're going to take them home and then we're going to summons them to court. You know, they were boasting in Victoria about how many fines they handed out. They were actually boasting about it. The government in Victoria was actually boasting about how they had the most fines handed out. What does that say to you about the agenda? What does that say to you? What do you ask yourself the question? What does that actually mean? The Victorian Premier come out and was boasting. The police commissioner was coming out and boasting. They were coming out and saying, "Hey, we've had the most fines, even we've done this many rah rah rah." Who fucking cares, mate? That just means you're an idiot because you're not letting people exercise their freedom of rights. But yet, you'll find people for that, for protesting against freedom of rights and being held down, having healthy people stay home, getting angry and upset with the fact that that shouldn't be happening. But you'll let 30,000 people walk the streets and not find them, or reprimand them, or summons them, or whatever it may be that you were going to do. But I'm telling you now, if those 30,000 people did it 3 weeks ago, I bet you, I would bet my fucking testicle on it that those people would have all been fined and they would have all been arrested somehow. I mean, it'd be nearly impossible to do it, but a large majority of those people would have been handed a summons. You can't have it both ways. You can't tell perfectly healthy people to stay home and save lives and give up their livelihoods and their work and their employment, and then let people walk the streets and then applaud them. You can't do that. You just can't, because that's just hypocrisy. That's dumb. That's my opinion. All right, my opinion is that that's just fucking stupid. That doesn't make sense. If that makes sense in your brain, you might want to slow down a bit and just let it sink in, because that's not right in a person. That's just not right. We're gonna fine that cafe for having 21 people. Right, let's put it in that terms. Right, that cafe now has a $16,000 fine because they breached COVID laws or rules or guidelines. They had 21 people in that cafe. But we're going to let 30,000 people walk the streets, shoulder to shoulder. Which one doesn't make sense? Doesn't make sense. Not to me, and not to a lot of people that I speak to. The difference is, I'm okay to talk about it. But I'm not going to lose sleep if you disagree. I'm not going to get upset that you disagree. I'm going to respect that you disagree. And guess what? That's your opinion and you're entitled to it. Okay? Because that's the freedom you have as a human being. I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-freedom. Okay? We're not always going to agree. Sometimes we're never, ever going to agree. Sometimes you will never agree with the one person. You will just not agree. You will not see eye to eye. You will not see an outcome, and that is just better to be like, okay, let's agree to disagree, let's move on. And that's what we need more of. We need more of people going, whoa, hold up, hold the phone, just agree to disagree and move on. Okay, cool, I posted on a fucking status, big deal. You know what, that's my opinion, but don't attack me for it. I didn't attack you. I didn't tag you in and say, hey, fucking rah rah rah. I didn't attack you. You're entitled to your opinion. You believe that we should be locked down? Cool, awesome. You believe that everybody should be locked down? Cool, awesome. If you don't feel safe going to the supermarket? Cool, awesome. You can choose to stay home. You can choose to order online, and you can choose to have it delivered. I'm okay to go to I feel safe. I'm okay. I don't feel unsafe about it. I'm going to go. I need to get milk. I need to get bread. I need to get food for tea. I need to pick up the groceries. Okay? We should have a freedom of choice. If there's risk, there should be choice. Okay? There's a risk in everything we fucking do. I just outlined them before. There's a risk in me being here. There's a risk in me sitting in my car. There's a risk in me driving my car. There's a risk in me going fishing. There's a risk in me... There's always a risk to something. Okay? Not everyone's going to agree to agree. Not everyone's going to agree. But you should... But you shouldn't get held up on that. Just get held up on the fact. Just appreciate the person's point of view. Cool, thank you. That's a great point of view, great opinion. I applaud you for that. That's your opinion, and well done. Congratulations. In a non-sarcastic way, and be humble. And that's how I am. People probably think I'm being sarcastic on that post, but I am towards the Premier. I am not towards the people that are commenting. That's it. My video is finished. Thanks for watching. I was supposed to wrap it up, 9 minutes ago? But we got talking again. So, cheers and take care. The sun's out. Get the guns out. and enjoy it. Vitamin D is the key.